The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
Well, my girl's got the sweetest pussy.
Welcome to SinCityBounty.com. We are broadcasting live from Las Vegas and our wonderful and beautiful studios at www.dbtv.com.
Do you guys want a mint?
You trying to say something?
Yeah.
I'll take a mint. Okay,
just eat.
so let's talk about what we did this Saturday.
We went to BBW Bash, well-rounded, at the Alexis Park Resort Hotel.
It was like very Yoda-ish.
It was.
BBW Bash, well-rounded.
I had to get all my
BBW.
had to get all my stuff together. I'm still a little drunk
Jesus.
because open bar, and we picked up the tab for the after party as well. And we were there till they kicked us the fuck out of the pool at 4 a.m.
I think I got a text at like 6 a.m. or something. It says,
6:30.
I'm just getting home.
You had a beautiful little flower in your hair.
I was super drunk, kind of high.
I was up getting ready to go to soccer. And I'm like, bitches.
I gotta tell you the story. So, super drunk, little high, because it's legal now. And I love Jack in the Box when I'm a little high. And there's one right around the corner from my house. So I was like, we're stopping
There
to
is.
we go there all the time. It's like, we're going to Jack in the Box on the way home. So we get there at 4:40 in the morning. And they say, we can't take any orders till 5 o'clock. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, all right, let's go to Wendy's. Because they're open late, right? Like 1 a.m. But it's 4 a.m. and I'm high and I don't remember that. Wendy's is closed. So then we drive a little bit further and we go to McDonald's. McDonald's is like, oh, we're cash only right now. I'm like, what the fuck? I ain't got no cash on me.
Did you offer blowjobs?
No.
I find an
I had
exchange
the boyfriend
for
in the
cash.
car.
The
boyfriend was driving.
He might have been okay with it.
No.
If it meant free food.
Yeah, right?
So then I'm like, well, fuck it. Let's go to the Longhorn because they'll be open and they'll take anything we fucking give them.
The Longhorn is by your house?
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of.
The Longhorn's by the rooster.
Yeah, the Longhorn's by the Rooster, which is kind of by my house. Well, there's a lot of sex stuff going on by my house. Studios is real near me, too. Anyway. So we go and we eat at Longhorn, and it takes them... We're the only motherfuckers in there. And it took them ever to get our food to us.
Did it just seem like forever?
No, because we didn't leave till like 6 o'clock in the morning. We were there by
Maybe
5.
it took a long time. Like, maybe the highness slowed things down
Nope.
for you.
Or maybe their cups were high.
No, that's entirely plausible. Because my not high boyfriend even confirmed it was taking a really long time. So long, in fact, that I fell asleep at the table waiting for my food. And then I ate my food, and then I fell asleep at the table waiting for him to finish his food. And then I woke up and we went home, and it was 6:30, and I texted everyone. And then we slept till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't slept that late in like 4 years. It's insane. But we come to figure that if we had just waited at Jack in the Box till 5 o'clock in the morning, we would have been home almost an hour earlier than we actually were.
And this is why you shouldn't get high.
No, this is why you shouldn't let the high person make decisions.
This is why you should
That's
already
why
have
you take the fucking reins and be like,
tacos.
baby, you high. just sleep for like 20 minutes. We'll get you your tacos that are disgusting, and you'll have heartburn the next day, and we'll go home.
Those are the best drunk tacos, though.
They're the best drunk tacos ever. And you know what else is delicious? Halvesies fries, which come in
The
a munchie meal.
box. Yep. And I have many a drunken nights. I'm like, just give me any munchie box.
Well, I was totally stoked because this was going to be the first time I had a munchie box when I had the munchies. But I did not get my munchie box.
Vendetta says you should have got White Castle. I don't think there's White Castles here, are there?
There is.
There
There's
is on the
one,
strip.
but it's on the strip, and you got to walk to get to
No.
it. Fuck
Wait,
that
wait,
when
wait.
you're high.
Where do you get these munchie boxes?
At Jack in the
Jack in
Box.
the Box?
Okay, they have
They're
munchie
$6.
boxes.
They're $6 after 9.
Yes.
They're $8 before 9.
Not worth it beforehand,
No.
but after,
Totally.
it's crazy combinations that high people would love or drunk people. There's one where it's like a chicken with
Oh,
hash
okay. Never mind. I was
brown.
thinking of other kind of munchie boxes.
No.
Jack in the
No,
Box
no.
has been in the know for a while now.
You get that munchie box at the Red Rooster.
You
But
don't eat anything at the Red Rooster.
I gobble the cock at Red Rooster. Gobble, gobble.
No, you eat nut chips there. Well,
I
maybe
do.
you gobble the cock, but I'm just saying you eat nut chips there.
I do. I think I had vagina vegetables
this
one
your
time,
mom?
too.
Don't they serve
Jesus
crackers
Christ.
there?
My mother is watching, and now for some vanilla news.
No, let's go back to you munching cock at the Rooster. What kind of cock?
Stop it! What is wrong with
What kind of cock?
It was chicken. Gobble,
Did
gobble.
it taste like chicken?
It was fried chicken, which everyone knows is a lie. I don't like fried chicken.
So we actually had a really good time
We interviewed.
broadcasting from Well Rounded. We interviewed a few people.
So if you have not had a chance to go back and watch those videos, or if they haven't been
And
posted
I'll
yet,
get them uploaded.
I tried, yeah. I couldn't get them, so.
the two websites I remember, because I was still mostly sober for this, Dry Apron, right? DryApron.com,
Right.
which is panties for girls with big old hangy down fupas, which are fucking awesome, and I'm getting a pair in tangerine. And Fernie was on. We love Fernie, my
We
replacement.
love Fernie.
And then we had the Wandering Rogues on. It was wanderingrogues.org.
Not Rouges.
Not
Rogues.
Rouges, Rogues.
In fact, we need to talk to you, Johnny Fever, about them maybe starting a show.
Kilt
Because we
wearing-
talked to them.
Will they
Kilt-wearing
bring the
pirates.
ship?
The ship's too big to come into the studios.
No, but they will all wear kilts.
And talk
or
like pirates.
Pirate gear, as it were.
Do pirates
Ahoy,
wear
mateys.
kilts?
They
if,
can.
If they want.
I don't think they do.
they're
That's like
Scottish.
asking you, where does a lion sleep? And he fucking where he wants. What does a pirate wear? Anything he fucking wants.
Right, but I don't think traditionally like they wear kilts.
They were if they were Scottish
They
pirates.
wore pantaloons.
Pantaloons is it. Pantaloons. That's it.
They wore dresses
That
to
dude
bed.
said he wears it because women comment on his calves.
He does have really
so
nice
that's
calves.
why he wears it.
He also
because
doesn't wear any underwear, so his balls were all up on that chair while we were interviewing him. You could have reached up under there and checked his regimentalness.
It was Captain Chumbucket and
Quartermaster Caesar.
Quartermaster.
And what was the
Wench
the
Bonbon.
Oh God,
Wench
I want that
Bonbon.
name. Why is it already taken?
You're Winch Toxie.
Well-
You're the toxaholic.
Yeah, I've been not that night. I
No,
was
you were
sober
sober.
as shit, and you guys were drunk.
Hallelujah.
And so it was very, very odd because it was absolutely a first.
It was a reverse.
And yeah, and no one had to wrangle me in. I think more so you had to be wrangled in a bit.
Me?
Yeah, you were off.
There was no wrangling.
You were off with those rogues, rouges.
I didn't go. You know what? I only actually went over and hung out with them like once the entire time they were there, even though they came down there because I told them to. I brought the pirates to the party.
She did. I had just the day before had just posted about wanting to see men in skirts, and lo and behold, Sierra manifested it for me. It was awesome.
That's what besties do.
Yeah. We love remote broadcasting a lot, even though we have technical difficulties every single time. We were interviewing Fernie, and the computer completely crashed.
Done.
Like blue screen of death crash.
So Callie Guy, resident nerd and friend of the show, did something super magical, probably rubbed his penis over the keyboard and got the computer working again. So we were able
Did
to...
he?
It's a magic
Later, I'm gonna
wand.
be like,
It's like Mike's...
yeah, he did.
Tastes like penis.
But one of the great things about doing a remote is we usually get to partake in the bar, which we love.
Even if we don't have access to it, somehow the bar always ends up coming out to us.
Normally, like, people will normally bring us drinks. So like, you guys are stuck there. Do you want me to go get you a drink? We're like,
And 3.
And we get to meet some of the most fabulous people that, or see some of the people that we love anyway at these events. So, because of that, we try to do as many remote broadcasts as we can. We are going to be broadcasting. Yes, did you confirm?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So we will be broadcasting this Saturday at Excellence Plus. The Saturday night pool party outside. It is from 10 to 4. It is outside of the plaza. And I will have the details worked out tomorrow for our placement there. But I believe we've all agreed, or 2 of us have agreed, I don't know if you're in, that we will wear swimsuits.
I'll wear something that looks like a bathing suit.
Well, what about that pretty blue tankini you've got?
I don't have that anymore.
What happened to it?
Elastic.
Damn it.
It was old. So either I'll get one from Amazon this week and get it quick delivered, Prime delivered,
2-day shipping.
Or it'll be short shorts and a tank top.
You got my Prime login.
That's good. So we'll have at least a minimum of 2 bikinis going on this show, but you will want to tune in because the people we will be interviewing,
they'll all be in their
they will
bikinis
all
too.
be in theirs. And you know what? Guess who I plan to get as our first guest?
Who's that?
He just doesn't know yet.
Jasper?
Woo! So I don't know if I have to see.
He better show up in a little yellow Speedo.
He is planning on going.
Yeah, Jaspy's going.
Jasper, little yellow Speedo.
So I will get him to be our first guest. So Jaspy, if you're listening,
Jaspy,
first guest.
Are you blowing him or something?
No, I told him one day, I said, I'm going to call you Jaspy, and he said, okay. I'm like, yes.
This was probably 3 years ago, and it hasn't stopped yet. Do never, ever tell Toxie she could do something, because she'll do it forever.
Over and over. I won't stop. He was probably being polite, like, I'll just say yes to this drunk girl. I mean, she's on the radio. Like, I'll say yes, she'll forget, and then I forget everything else. But
blacked out the rest of that night, but woke up going, ooh, his name is Jaspy.
I do believe tonight after the show we are heading over to, I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but it's 700 Fremont Street, right across the street from Container Park, where Plush BBW is throwing a pre-party for Excellence BBW's Bash.
Yes.
So we'll be there. That starts at 10 and goes till 2 or 4 or wherever and whenever they go.
We'll be done before that.
We'll be there for a little while. We all have work days tomorrow, but we're going to be there for a little bit. Come on down. It's free entry, and I believe he has open bar on vodka drinks.
for an hour.
For an hour? Okay.
For 1 hour.
For an hour.
Well, I gotta drive anyway.
And since it's a pre-summer party, pre-summer bash party, he has Jacob and Katie and Tammy and the crew, the Plush crew, have asked all the ladies to come in their swimsuits or summer wear. So should be lots of flesh jiggling all around the dance floor.
Some jiggly flesh.
I almost wore my bikini, but then I was like, that's a lot of work.
Right. Saturday.
Saturday.
If you like big girls in bikinis, like, it is your night.
Tune in.
Plan, grab a little wine, grab some chocolate.
Because we'll be doing it for all hours. And you know what? We may even do a continuous live stream where you just watch on the show when we're not
I think we
talking.
should do that.
We can totally do that.
Yeah, we can turn the camera so they can see the pool and everything.
Just got to remember not to talk next to the mic that'll be live.
Okay.
As we
have done in the past. Facebook live streaming shit. Whoops.
If you're local, I'm pretty sure there'll be a local
I'm sure,
price
and I'll confirm
for entry.
everything tomorrow with one of the people who run it. I'll confirm it all with her tomorrow. But
if you're local, consider coming down and hanging out. You can just hang out with us at our table if you want, or partake of the party. I mean,
or bring us drinks.
Oh yeah,
I mean, we don't turn them down.
Tech crew is always welcome.
Unless
if you want to be part of the tech crew.
Unless you dip your penis in the drinks, then
I'll drink it because alcohol kills the germs.
That's true.
Just put a little more whiskey in it for me. No Jaeger, that's gross.
Yeah, all the Jaeger goes to me.
And I get the whiskey.
Yeah.
So
what were you drinking?
I was drinking. I had them make it. I don't know what it was called, but I saw that they had pineapple juice, which I really like, and I saw that they had Malibu rum, which I really like, and I wanted a touch of color, so I asked them to add a splash of grenadine.
So that's
No
a
idea.
Bahama Sunrise.
Is that what it's called?
No, that's what I just named it.
It's awesome. It was good.
It's basically a tequila sunrise, which is just orange juice and a little bit of grenadine and tequila. Only this time it was pineapple juice, a little bit of grenadine, and Malibu rum. So instead of it being a tequila sunrise, it's a Bahama sunrise.
I like it.
I know there's a technical term somewhere.
There probably is a
I
name
like
for
yours.
it. But I asked the bartender, I said, I don't know if this drink has a name, but I want this, and a little splash of this. And he goes, nope, there's no name for that. I'm like, okay.
It's named now, bitches.
Or we can call it the Alexia.
There you
Good.
go, the Alexia.
Alexia Sunrise.
Alexia Sunrise.
Tim said, just so you know, he said, now I want to see Cali Guy in a remake of the IT Crowd, where he just rubs his dick on random broken electronics.
Cali Guy, my phone won't download my podcasts. Which is true. It hasn't been doing it lately.
It's my porn. It somehow
I had to
froze on
restart my phone. I was having the
Did
same
you?
problem, and I had to restart my phone.
Oh, okay.
Just so
All
you know.
right. So, do you have any other stories like in Shadows that happened at the Well-Rounded, or?
Giving you
So,
blowjobs
I
and
know
stuff?
that you were there. You were there
no.
all day on
Yeah,
Saturday,
I was there all
helping
day.
set up, and you
Yes.
even had the brat with you, the kid with you.
Well, I don't refer to that one as a brat. She's
I'm
a
sorry.
pretty decent kid.
That's why I changed it. Yeah.
I got kind of lucky there. I got a good one, but she actually had been working behind the scenes for like the most of the week, doing some of the heavy lifting behind the scenes. Those of you who were at the banquet and you saw a lot of beautiful things in there, she had a hand in it, and it was kind of cool because, okay, so let's go back to day one. The first day I took her was kind of interesting because a gentleman came up and he was talking to me and, where are you from? And he's like, are you getting in a bikini and going in the pool? And I'd love to see you get in one and go in the pool.
Ooh,
As she
creeper.
was standing next to me. So she's like sitting there giving me side eye. Like, is this happening? Is it happening?
And she'd never
And
seen you
then-
get hit on
no,
before,
she
has
has,
she?
but she loves to share the stories over and over. Like we have some really good ones, but it amazes me.
We need to have
that-
her on next week.
You probably should. You'll get the best story.
Not on this show.
Yeah, put her on a different show. and
Put her
then
on
ask her
Corey
the
Talk.
story.
Corey Taylor.
Not if they're going to talk about toxic dating.
No, it wasn't even. I mean, we're not even talking like dating. She doesn't meet guys that I date, but I mean, we've had like where someone came up to me at a gas station. Another time, no word of lie, swear she will tell you this story, and you guys will pee your pants. I was parked at a stop sign, and a guy came from off his porch up to the car and was asking for my number and telling me he was like going to his aunt's funeral and which tie should he wear and could he get my number. But she will tell you that story. That's one of her favorites.
She's got the golden pussy.
So I was just stopped. I had just stuffed my face with Jack in the Box. So I was like,
You're just like halvesies fries hanging
right,
out.
that's all. And then he's like at the window and I'm like, anyway, best story. Maybe she'll tell you guys and you can relay it. But anyway, so afterwards she was just cracking up and she's like, Mom, it was horrible. It was just horrible. But that's probably not the worst thing, so that was day one, and she helped a lot. And eventually after the first day, everybody was like, hi, they said hi to me. I knew a lot of people there. And then as the week progressed, we're walking and they all knew her. It's like ladies going by on scooters and they're like, hey kid, and how's it going? And I've been looking for you. Where have you been? So it was kind of awesome. Like, she had a blast. She loved it there. There were some other teenagers that they all worked together, and so she loved it. But somebody asked me about her, a gentleman, because he thought she was 18.
Oh,
She is not.
did that freak you out a little bit?
Yes, for two reasons, and this is so inappropriate on my part. Number one, I'm like, no, she is not 18. So I was a little creeped out by that. And afterward, as I was walking away, I'm like, that fucker thought I had an 18-year-old. So it was pure vanity for the second one. But
That's awesome.
For the first one, yeah, it was. Don't hit on me with my daughter there. Like, period. It will not happen. You will not get a number.
Can I hit
will
on
not, you? Yeah, of course. Then she'll be like, "Hey, Mom, what was up with that?"
She'll be like, "Mom, I never knew."
Just another story to add to the repertoire.
Right, just put it on. More for her therapist. But but another really quick funny story that happened that night is as we were setting up, you were filling the one jar with the lube, and she had been there before helping to set up as we were pulling it out. So the lube was there, and she asked what this is for, and I told her, and then when I tell her these things, she's like, "No, okay." Like, she doesn't, and I like to be very honest and upfront. So I grab the other bag, so she gets the other bag, and she's like, "These are condoms, right?" And I said, "Yes." So I'm like, "Okay, all right." She knows what those are. Like, we're good. And she goes, "Why are they chocolate flavor?"
Because Mommy likes chocolate-covered bananas.
So they were out of the Sin City Bounty box. And I looked at her and I said, and then she's like thinking, she's trying to process, and she goes, "How would someone taste them? Like, why? I don't understand why they're chocolate." And I said, "Do you really want to know? I will tell you if you really want to know." And she's like, "No." And off she went.
She must have processed something.
It must have clicked for her.
Do you think she has a friend at school that she goes and asks these questions of? Because that's what I'm terrified of.
No.
Is that my son's going to talk to some of these douchebag 12-year-olds he's about to go into school with about sex. And I had this conversation with him just today, actually. I was like, don't listen to your dude friends about girls or boys or anything in between that you decide you like. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And he's like, "Mom, I already have friends who have girlfriends." And I'm like, that don't mean they know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm like, I know 30-year-old dudes who got girlfriends who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You want to know about relationships, life, and sex, you come talk to me. He's like,
I'm 70 years old and I don't know any of that
Go
shit.
talk to her about sex.
Yeah.
But if you want to know what chocolate condoms are for, I will tell you.
I bet you would too.
if you really want to know.
Really want to know. So here's the deal. She comes to me and asks me when she's ready. So I don't think she's not the kind of person that these are things she like sits around with her friends and chats about. Mm-hmm. She's more like, let's talk about what's going on at Disney and how I'm upset at what they're doing with the latest live-action Mulan movie. Like, that's my kid.
She's like, they're whitewashing it, Mom. They're whitewashing it.
She's the one who her classmate told me, she's like, your daughter was sending around a petition to get Trump impeached. Like, that's what my kid's doing. She's not asking sex questions. So she'll ask, like, she had just asked, if like a dick and a penis is the same thing, and why would you use one term versus the other? And just it comes to her, and when she's ready.
And what did you say?
I said it's the same thing. They're just different terms for the same.
It's just
the
like
same part.
And why would you use one instead of the other?
Because penis is more of a technical term, and penis is what we've always referred to it as. A dick is something that can be utilized two ways. It could be used to refer to the actual penis, or it could be used to refer to how somebody behaves.
Or to the useless fish attached to the other end of the penis. A dick.
So has she called anybody a dick yet?
No.
Okay.
No, she won't.
She won't?
Not in front of her.
One of these days.
She doesn't.
When you teach her to drive, that's when it'll come out.
Right, probably then.
Especially my kid. Guaranteed he's going to get
when she asked me this question, she literally spelled them out. And I'm like, you can say the word dick. She's like, no, I'm okay. She's very self-governed. So, and I'm not.
She is a very smart kid. I really like her.
Yeah.
That's like my kid. He won't drink alcohol, won't say the F-bomb. I don't know whose loins he came out of, but they weren't mine.
It's sort of like, I really don't ever want to turn out like my own parents. Do you think?
Maybe.
Well, I think it's probably exactly like
She
what...
should, though. I'm kind of awesome. So, you are as well. Like.
Well, I'm doing the exact same thing my parents did to me, which is I'm making all the cool shit so fucking uncool, I'm not going to do it till I'm an adult. So, like, I didn't smoke weed until I was an adult.
It's a natural kind of rebellion. If your parents are into it, or if your parents are okay with it, then
Yeah.
I mean,
Kind of back off, I think.
you're probably right. I didn't curse in front of my mom until I was in my 20s. And the first time I did, I was, gosh, I want to say my mid-20s, and I said hell, and I started to cry because I cursed in front of her. And now, I mean, now I'll call her up, I'll be like, Mom, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? But
I was 16 and I told my dad, you just gotta wait for me to find my fucking shoes.
That tickles you.
Because my dad just stopped and he was like, you're right, I do have to wait till you find your fucking shoes. And then that was the end of it.
so I do have to share another story with you guys. While we were on children and sex talks.
Do you have to talk to mine?
Do you want me to talk to yours?
No.
I'll do it.
No, I'll do it.
Teen Vogue. So Teen Vogue, let me just tell you guys, if you haven't read Teen Vogue lately, they are on top of it.
Yeah, follow their Twitter, follow their Facebook.
Their articles are amazing. Their target audience is teenagers. It's perfect, right? Some articles come up and I go, I can't believe that came from Teen Vogue. I mean, there's body acceptance, there's
political
sexual
great
acceptance,
informative political posts.
Right, and the political is very
non-biased.
Right, and it's informative, and it's what can you do to make a difference? Like, it's great. So I recently sat my daughter down and I said, listen, I want you to check out Teen Vogue. I think I'm going to subscribe to it for you. We can download the app. Let's go to the website. I want to show you some of the different things. And I had checked it out before, not that day, but I had checked it out before. And I was just really impressed. Like, again, like even the fashion, it's not just geared towards like tiny thin girls and going on diets and this and that. It's very accepting.
They are on point. They are on fleek, as it were.
Right. I think they were the ones who had who had advertised the plus size, like exercise wear and stuff like that. So anyway, so here we go.
You
I
open
pull
it up.
Teen Vogue.
It's butt sex!
God damn it! God damn it! It was photos. It was their huge article. It's a huge deal.
There's like diagrams.
There's a diagram. There is like the butt and the innards, and there, you know, what's all in there. There's the penis and all of the terms, and I'm like, I was not prepared for this.
But it did follow through on being a very informative.
Right.
Without
It's
being
very-
grotesque.
Right.
Right, and I actually I printed it. I printed the article, and here I will admit what I did there. It's one of the kind of like the chocolate flavored condom. I wasn't prepared for this. I thought anal sex would be towards the end, like as we, go along. I thought we'll get to that like definitely before college, but like let's get her in high school first. Let's get her there.
Nope, butt sex is happening during junior high.
So it's there, and she's looking at me like, Mom, I don't think I want this site. And I'm like, no, trust me, like there's other articles, you will love them. And I go to show her, and I go back, and I'm sitting there processing, and I'm going, what the fuck do I say? Like, what do I do? I kind of wasn't ready for this. Okay, what do I do? And so finally I go, so going back to that anal sex article, do you want to read it over and we can discuss it? And she's like, no, absolutely not. No. So I said, let's do this. If you do decide to read it and you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. She's like, okay. And then we went through and I showed her like how to find the fashion and, the nutrition and just all these different things they have. But you're
just like, look at this great website I found for you.
I haven't read this article, but I would assume that one of the reasons why they decided to do it is because of there are a lot. There's been a movement in this country where if you do butt sex, you're still a virgin.
That's been around since I was a kid.
No, I understand, but it's been more prevalent in these just last few years. I've been reading articles about things like this. In the last few years about kids girls who are willing to do butt stuff, but they're not willing to do anything else.
They don't want to lose their virginity.
Right.
And you're right. That's absolutely true. it's a very informative article. Very informative. I mean, it's Anal 101 for teens, beginners, inquisitive folk. It says why anal sex. It talks about like nerve endings, the appeal of anal when you have a prostate, the appeal of anal when you don't have a prostate. It even goes into like about lube, and at the very end, like the last one is, yes, there will be some poop. So it's
Not if you do it right.
So it is very informative, and it's needed. I mean, it's needed because I would much rather have somebody who is going to do it be informed than to just listen to what others say and go ahead and do it. I'll admit, and I'm confessing right now, I wasn't prepared at the moment.
That and more and more teenagers are, and I'm
Doing
talking
the butt
specifically
sex.
males, aren't afraid to say, "Hey, I'm gay" at a younger age.
Right. Right.
And if they're going to enter relationships, then this is part of a relationship.
Absolutely. And I think that it would be a very important, I think it's an important article anyway, regardless. But I think if I had a son and he was gay, I think it would be a great way. Like, I love things that can start a conversation. As a parent, I'll admit it's kind of awkward to just go, like, hey, we're going to sit down now and talk about masturbation. Like, I like if there's something to lead up to it. You know, when we watched the 13 Reasons Why, it led up to a lot more discussions regarding, like, teen suicide and how to handle things and sexual assault and things that it flowed into versus just like, hey, I want to talk to you about butt sex.
Well,
it's always,
if every parent would allow their teens to get Teen Vogue, you could be starting conversations every week.
Right. It's an excellent conversation starter. So here's what happens after it comes out. Apparently, it's very controversial.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's butt
And
sex
It is.
In a
And
teen
so,
magazine.
in a teen magazine.
There was a mother who made like a anti-Teen Vogue video that she put out there. They don't like that the original article didn't include a reference to practicing safe sex, and later they added about condoms being non-negotiable, but I believe when it was originally printed it wasn't. So parents became outraged, feeling that Teen Vogue wanted to turn their children into sexual deviants.
Butt sex does not make you a sexual deviant. It's just another place to put it. We already put it in our mouths. Our mouths are more disgusting than our butts.
The number one meme that I've been seeing on Facebook these days is a kid is sitting at the table and he spits his food out, and the mom says, "Once it's in your mouth, you've got to swallow it." And the dad's eye goes up and looks at his wife, and the wife says, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
Well, I prescribe by that for all things.
So it's very interesting. Definitely Google,
Teen Vogue butt sex.
no, just Google Teen Vogue. You will find the article immediately.
I
It'll be the
love.
first thing that came up.
I'm an almost 50-year-old adult, and I love reading the articles that come out of Teen Vogue. I think they're awesome.
They're great articles.
They absolutely. Somebody was like, they should not be teaching sodomy to our children.
It's gonna happen. The kids should know what they're getting
They're
into.
already doing it.
And they're already
This is
talking
not-
about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
they've been
if
talking
they're
about
not,
it since they were 11,
Their
y'all.
friends are and
Right, but
trying
my
to
point
convince
is-
them to do
My
it.
point is that it's already happening. This isn't creating it. This is trying to make it safe for those who are doing it.
Yeah, there's
Right.
so many kids who end up in the ER because they have unsafe sex of some form or another,
Yeah.
butt sex or vagina sex or whatever.
Due to ignorance.
Right, and they injured themselves or they injured their partner, they contracted some disease because, exactly, of ignorance. If we educate them, if we tell them butt sex is okay, it's not a big deal, but you need to be safe and sane about it, here's how to do it so you don't hurt yourself or your partner, that could lead to less trips. Like, I think it's going to be far more embarrassing for my kid to have to go to the ER because he tore an anal sphincter muscle from butt sex, because I'm pretty sure mine's a bottom, and then for me to sit down and just talk to him about butt sex. Look, you know your kids. I know my kid.
If he's gonna be gay, he's probably gonna be a bottom.
Probably going to be a bottom. He's
Did
gonna
the
be a
article
twink.
go into
I
that?
just know it.
Tops and bottoms.
It did. It did. I read the article. It was
Wow.
good. About both giving and receiving. of the butt sexes.
Oh, very nice.
Condoms are non-negotiable.
Your son is not old enough to read this article yet.
He's 11, masturbates, so I don't know, maybe.
I think
idea.
the magazine is geared like 12 to 17. But use your own discretion. Like, if you think that it's something you want to discuss earlier, I appreciate it. I'm going to be honest, as I said before, I thought anal was something I'd have to talk about later. Like, my 25-year-old comes to me and is like, hey, Mom, I might want to try anal. What can I do?
Like, I have a friend you can call.
Yeah, so,
Like, ring, ring. Hey, Sarah, it's Toxie's daughter. Oh, butt sex. Yes, let's talk about that.
so I figured it would be later. Like, hey, I'm packing you up for college. Let's talk about looping condoms for butt sex.
Speaking of packing. Oh! 7-Eleven, baby. Hashtag speaking of packing.
It's there. It is there. Anyway, it is a great article. And you know what? Here's the deal. I believe every parent parents their child the way that they feel is right. If you are absolutely adamant that you don't want your child to be informed about this, pull this month's magazine.
Don't ever let them touch a computer or the internet or go to school or talk to other people ever again.
Some people are okay with that. Some people are okay with them getting their information from the computer. We're all different. We're all different in how we go about it. I mean, some people, maybe their parent never spoke to them about. Mine never did.
Mine never told me about butt sex.
Never. Are
Mom.
you still there, Mom? Are you still on?
I don't want to know if you know about butt sex.
Would like you to call. Sierra would like you to call her tonight and talk about butt sex.
No butt sex. Trust me, Mom. I could probably give you a couple pointers, but I'm not going to take it. That's gross.
So mine didn't.
What's
either,
gross is talking to your mom about butt sex.
Yes.
Your mom.
Yes.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Not necessarily your
Can
mom.
we ask your mom about butt sex?
My
I'm not
mom-
talking to mine about butt sex.
Your mom will have amazing views on butt sex.
It'll be, that's nasty, Emma. That's about it. That's about all she'll say.
I bet you she has more to say about it.
I'll ask her.
Text-
I'm going to hang out
text
with
your
her
mom and ask her
tomorrow.
if she does butt sex.
She doesn't text.
She doesn't?
No.
Text your mom and
I'm
ask
spending
her.
the whole day with her tomorrow. I will message it out
You
on
should
Facebook.
Facebook Live it. Because really,
I'll watch.
we need that live, dude. Facebook Live that shit.
I'll ask her if she's willing. I'm taking her to the doctor tomorrow. So.
Petra the sex expert
Petra the sex expert.
on
That is
butt
awesome.
sex. That's going to
That is
be
awesome.
amazing.
Let's bring your mom in to talk about butt sex. We'll bring mine in to talk about
Weed.
weed.
We should
What
do
it's
another
like
Mother's
to
Day special. We did that. Our first year was a
Yeah.
Mother's Day special. We brought our moms in. It was very fun.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll
I've
see.
never met your mom.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's my mom. My mom's hilarious. She's absolutely hilarious.
Mm.
She's pervy, but not to the extent that I am. Like, it's mild that we talk about now. But she was one of the first ones that I showed my nude for the Out of Positivity campaign. I'm like, hey, Mom, bam, your kid's vagina. And then my sister thought it was hilarious to get the photos, put them in frames, and give them to her as a as a Christmas present. So my mom pulled them out, and she always goes, hey, your photos, I still have them. Do you want your photos? Is it the ones with my butt, Mom? Do your photos. I got them.
My mom would probably come on here and say some shit that would blow my mind, so we
Let's
should
just
do
have
it.
them on. We should just have the three of them host it.
We just sit over there
We'll sit over
and
there.
laugh while you
That
guys meet
is
our
a
parents.
great idea.
That is a good idea.
It is a great idea.
Let's go.
I dare you.
Sin City.
See if we can set it up.
I double dog dare you.
Bounty.
The mom special. The mom special.
I will tell you, my mom, I'm very adamant she's not allowed to watch it. Like, she has never watched. That she's told me.
That she's admitted to.
That she's admitted to.
My mom tells all her friends, and I'm like, Ma, they're going to hear about my vagina.
No, my mine's like, no, don't talk about
My mom always forgets. She even called me like 2 minutes before the show started.
Yeah.
She always forgets I do a show.
Yeah. Mine will do it in between sometimes too. And I'm like, it's every Tuesday. But I really hope if she does listen, there was an episode in which we had a porn star on. Do you remember his name? He's the one he was in the rock bands. He was in all of those heavy metal bands, the drummer.
I have an ex-boyfriend like that.
No, he's like super famous.
Oh, that's right. He had a big old schlong.
Yeah. And I can't think of it. And
What happened while he was
Pictures.
here?
I took pictures of my face and his crotch.
Yeah, and he does. So he created a whole porn series. He's always up for events now, and he's still in bands. Like he
He's
tours.
a famous guitar.
What does this have to do with your mom?
He told us a story about the time that he banged a mom and her daughter while on tour in the bathroom, and the mom was just in there to get some of his coke. And I started joking like, Mom, if you're listening, call up. Like, we're going to go hang out now. So that's always the episode I'm afraid she'll find.
Where you're calling her up to go have sex with a rock star and
Have you
Yes.
ever you never told her about that episode then?
No. So secretly, Mom, if you're listening, there was an episode out there that you will kick my ass over.
Or she'll really enjoy it and want to go find the dude.
No, she will kick my ass.
Yeah.
I find that now that I'm an adult, when I became an adult, it was so much easier to talk to my mom about sexual related things.
Absolutely.
And that's why my mom became Petra the sex expert, because my nephew and niece called into that show, and they were like 9 and 10 or something like that.
No, they were way younger than that.
Yeah, and we were all freaking out at my sister, why are they calling the show?
Why would you let your children call this show? Have you listened to it?
And she said they just wanted to say hi to Grandma. And so my grandma, I'll see if I can find the audio for it. I'm sure I've got it saved somewhere. But
hilarious.
she says, if you have any questions about sex or anything, you make sure you ask Grandma, because I'm an sex expert. It was hilarious.
Mortifying,
so
I'm
mine's
sure.
the opposite, Mom. You will never talk to my daughter about sex. It's not good. They have this relationship and it's different, but my mom's somebody where I've had to ask her. She always says, I think I've talked about it, she always says, are there any boys you're interested in school? And so she pushes it all the time, and finally I took her aside and I'm like, I need you to ask, is there anybody you're interested in school, versus really like shoving the boys down her, because she's not there. I don't know if she'll ever be there. I don't know, but I don't want her to feel that she can't come to you because you're constantly like shoving it down her throat.
Right.
So
We have this conversation on an almost daily basis, my son and I. So we're like, so are there any girls at school you like? No, Mom. Any boys at school you like? Ugh, no, Mom. Anybody in between that you like? Because it's okay. Like, Mom likes both. It's okay if you like both. He's like, can we not talk about this, Mom?
Because he does have friends who have girlfriends.
He does. And he has a really close relationship with a boy at school that really kind of mirrors those, like, beginning, like when you hear all those stories about gay boys, about their really awesome best friend, and then later they all fall in love together and stuff like that. Like, that's the kind of relationship they sort of have, but
That you've seen?
that I've seen, yeah,
okay.
because they're very touchy with each other. Like, they hug each other all the time, and they'll sit with their arms around each other all the time. And maybe they're just awesome bros. Like, that's cool too, but
they're awesome bros.
but they're both into Ren Fair and Minecraft, so who knows where that's
They're
going.
awesome nerdy bros.
Well, he's only 11.
He's only 11.
Right.
Yeah, let's not push that.
That's what I always figure too. Like my daughter's friends are all, so obsessed with boys, and she's just not there. And I'm like, whenever she's ready.
If
I'm
she's
okay.
ready.
Yeah, I'm okay right now. Like if she just wants sports and she just wants, schoolwork, I'm all right. I'm not gonna complain.
I love
don't
that.
hate it.
I know that it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen everywhere, but I like the no pressure on kids. I love that you told your mom to stop asking her if there was a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Just say anybody instead of any boys.
Right.
I love that. I love that.
I told her first I prefer if she not ask, but
Right.
if she feels she has to.
Right. And
Phrase it different.
I love the fact that you're anticipating your son to be gay.
I am going to be the gay pride mom in the parade.
You're already at like.
I am. I'm going to be wearing rainbow everything. I'll be like, my boy is gay. He's not going to come out to me.
When he comes out to you as straight, you're going to cry.
He's going to bring a girl home and be like, why? Why would you do this to me? I don't want grandchildren.
You'll be at like your gay pride parent meeting, and you'll be like, he came home with a. I didn't know how to handle it.
No, what he'll probably do, knowing that he's my kid, he'll be like, hey mom, these are my homecoming dates, and it'd be like 1 boy, 1 girl, and I'll be like,
That's kind of awesome.
get on with your poly self.
Although, according to my mom, he'll have to make sandwiches for both of them, and he'll get tired of that fast.
My boy can make tacos, so.
Don't forget, this Saturday we are broadcasting live from the Summer Bash pool party, where these two, at least, will be in bikinis. I'll be in something that looks like a swimsuit.
I have a bikini that may fit you.
Maybe. We are Sin City Bounty. We'll be back next Tuesday, if you're brave enough.
Later, bitches.
Peace out, motherfucker.
You should really say that if you're brave enough.